Hello, hello. I am just setting up my camera over here. The wrong camera is on. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Um, hello, hello. Welcome to Roth IRA office hours. I am just heading back from taking my son to urgent care, and I'm a little distracted. Okay, today we only had two people sign up for Roth IRA office hours. And only one of you is here. So I really want to make sure that I spend time answering your questions. Okay. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Where is my little share button? Is it? Oh, I can't get my screen to share. Hmm. All right, let's try this one more time. Okay, so it's just not taking up the full screen. Okay, today is Tuesday, April 14th, and this is our Roth IRA office hours for April 2026. This is a reminder that this presentation is for educational purposes only, and while Todos LLC does not provide legal, accounting, investment, or tax advice, please consult qualified professionals for guidance on your specific legal, tax, investment, or accounting obligations. That's just like nice to just say, don't sue me. We're here for educational purposes. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Rita Soledad Fernandez Paulino. You can call me Soledad. I am a former public school math teacher turned personal finance, money, and self care coach. I am very committed to helping progressive Black and Indigenous people of color, women, LGBTQ folk create a financial plan to retire early. I want us working because we want to, not because we have to. And so I really, really study what does it take for us to become work optional? I have frameworks that I've applied to my own life and then frameworks that I've been using to help my clients for years now. I've had the honor of coaching hundreds of clients and helping them increase their financial security. I have a framework of the 10 stages of financial security that lead to becoming work optional. And I help clients go from stage one all the way up to stage 8. And it's a beautiful thing. I am the host of the Wealth para Todos podcast. You can learn about the 10 stages of financial security, the wealth building cycle, diverse self care, all the frameworks that I've created to help clients on my podcast. I release an episode every Sunday, and I would love to have you as a listener. And I just want you to know that I am applying everything I learned to my own life, even as life starts to life. So I am on track to become work optional at the age of 47, despite not starting this journey until I was 33 years old. After having two kids, I live in expensive Los Angeles, California. I live life navigating celiac disease, ADHD, PTSD, a first gen parent, including a parent of a trans child, which in this political environment can be very, very challenging. So I use my own frameworks to make sure that I stay inside the wealth building cycle, and I'm passionate about making sure that you know how to do that as well. As for you, like I said, only two people signed up for this Roth IRA office hours. I haven't been marketing or advertising, sending out invitations for people to join Roth IRA office hours. So for those of you who signed up, I I imagine it's because you're already familiar. I believe that one of you has already attended Roth IRA office hours in the past. And so I'm glad. I'm glad that you come back and that this continues to serve you. These were your answers to your questions. So the two people who signed up, both of you have a Roth IRA. One of you has maxed out your Roth IRA in the past, and one of you has tried but didn't finish. And both of you would like to learn how to max out a Roth IRA for a partner or someone else. Your specific questions were how can I max out a Roth IRA and fully fund my sinking fund? When you adjust pies, are you selling stock? And are Roth 401k and Roth IRA treated the same? Because I have a little one who is sick at home, I'm only going to answer the questions today of the person who showed up live to the coaching call. So we're going to focus on this question. Are a Roth 401k and a Roth IRA treated the same? We'll quickly review the 4 steps to invest in the stock market, and then we'll answer this question. We're going to skip these 2 unless the person who's here live has other additional questions. All right. If you are here live, you let me know in the chat if other questions come up. Okay. Can you just also like drop an emoji so that I know that the sound is working? So the 4 steps to investing in the stock market, this is the Roth IRA edition, okay? To invest in the stock market, all you have to do is choose a brokerage firm. Second, you're going to choose an investment account. 3, you're going to make contributions. And 4th, you're going to choose assets. I say this is the Roth IRA edition because I have links here to everything Roth IRA related. Now, when it comes to choosing a brokerage firm, these are just 4 brokerage firms that I have investment accounts with, and that's what I'm sharing. But there are so many different brokerage firms that you could be investing with. It's important that you know who your brokerage firm is so that you can contact their support systems, customer support, whenever you have specific questions. So that's something you want to make sure you know. Second, you're going to want to know what type of investment account you have. A Roth IRA is one of many possible investment accounts. I love Roth IRAs because I think this link shows you my top 10 reasons that you should open up a Roth IRA. I'm going to drop this in the chat just in case you want a copy of it. So I love Roth IRAs because of all of these top 10 reasons. And I think they're a great investment account. And I think it's like the investment account that anyone with earned income should start with. However, something to keep in mind is you have to qualify to invest in a Roth IRA. And in order to qualify, you need to make sure that you meet these requirements. Now, this is for 2024. I wonder if they have updated their amounts for 2025 yet. They don't have a cute little table here. But key things to be able to contribute to a Roth IRA is you have to make sure that you have earned income and that you are within the income ranges. There comes a point, if you make too much income, you can't contribute directly to a Roth IRA. You'll have to do something called a backdoor Roth IRA. And there's also a point that if you are married filing separately, then you're going to have to make less than $10,000 and you'll invest a reduced amount. And there's ranges where you can still contribute directly to a Roth IRA, but it's a reduced amount. And in those cases, I would just say go with the backdoor Roth IRA. Instead, a backdoor Roth IRA is very simple. You just have to make sure that you meet the requirements for the pro rata rule. Okay, so here it has to do with your income. You also have to make sure that you, like for 2026, the income limit is the contribution limit is $7,500 if you're less than 50 years old. Now, if you only make $4,000, then that means that you can only contribute $4,000. So you can contribute up to the contribution limit or how much money you made, which gets us into the 3rd step, which is making your contribution. Minimum amount varies, maximum varies based on your age. Okay, if we click on here, we will be sent to this IRS page where we see what the different income, I keep saying income limits, what the different IRA contribution limits are. So for 2026, these are the total amounts. And notice here, if less, your taxable compensation for the year. So whatever income you've earned will also be, if it's less than 7,500, then it's going to be whatever income you earned. And that's the maximum contribution. Okay. So you choose a brokerage firm. You choose an account. In this case, we're choosing Roth IRAs. You make sure that you qualify to contribute directly to a Roth IRA. And then third, you're going to make your contributions. The goal is always to max out your Roth IRA. Why? Because that's a goal. That means that you have the extra cash flow to do so. The more money that you have invested now, then the more money you'll have tax-free later on when you want to pull it out. And a Roth IRA is really cool because you can pull out the contributions at any time without a penalty. So that's also a great reason to focus on maxing out your Roth IRA. The fourth step is that you choose your assets. If you do not choose your assets, then your money is not invested. So it's so important that you are aware of what you're investing in. A lot of times people come to me and they're like, yeah, I'm investing in a Roth IRA because they've chosen a brokerage firm, they've opened up a Roth IRA, and they've contributed money. However, they never selected their assets, assets being stocks, bonds. There are even some places where you could even buy crypto now, right? So stocks can be purchased as individual stocks. They could also be purchased as mutual funds, target date funds, and index funds are examples of mutual funds. And then there's even ETFs. And if you're listening to this replay and you want to learn more about just your assets, I definitely recommend that you watch the YouTube playlist of Roth IRA office hours, and you'll see like every single Roth IRA office hours is different based on the questions that people submit. And so we've definitely had people who asked questions like, how do I choose what to invest in? And we've done a deep dive on those topics in past Roth IRA office hours. Okay, so this is for you, my dear, who showed up live, and I want to make sure that you drop in the chat anything that you're still have questions about. Okay, so let's talk about a Roth IRA versus a Roth 401k. In a Roth IRA, you're going to have to open up by yourself. You're going to have to go to a brokerage firm and select a Roth IRA versus a Roth 401k has to be provided to you by your employer. That means, and you may also have the option of a Roth 403b, right? But your employer has to give you that option of having either a traditional 401k or a Roth 401k. A big difference between a Roth IRA and a Roth 401k in 2026 are the contribution limits. If you have access to a Roth 401k, then that means you can contribute up to $24,500. That's the employee limit. If your employer offers a match, then they could also add that to your Roth 401k. You are not going to get a match in your Roth IRA since it is an individual retirement account. The contribution limit is significantly less. There are income limits when it comes to contributing to a Roth IRA. There are no income limits when it comes to contributing to a Roth 401k. Any income can contribute as long as your employer provides you with that plan. When it comes to contribution withdrawals, your contributions can be withdrawn anytime, tax and penalty free. Key thing here is contributions. That's the money that you're putting inside of your account, not the earnings, not the growth, not how it goes up. Okay. In a Roth IRA, you can pull out the contributions at any time. But in a Roth 401k, contributions are not separated. So withdrawals are prorated, and there's going to be some restrictions. What that means is if you try to pull out contributions from your Roth 401k, it's going to be trickier to know which part is your contributions, which part is your earnings. And so a lot of times they'll do like a percentage. They'll just say a percentage was your contributions and a percentage was your earnings. And that means that you'll have to pay penalties and taxes on any part that is associated with the earnings. For that reason, well, not only that reason, but when you have access to both a Roth 401k or traditional 401k, something you may consider doing is focusing on contributing to your traditional 401k as a way to reduce your taxable income now, and then opening up a Roth IRA separately, because it is going to give you more flexibility in terms of being able to pull out the contributions at any time. Now, withdrawals of the earnings will be tax-free with no penalties in a Roth IRA as long as you're 59 and a half and you've had your account for at least 5 years. This is another reason why we want to make sure that we open accounts. And even if you just contribute just a little bit now, go ahead and open an account with $20, a Roth IRA account, just because you will need to have that account for at least 5 years before you can pull up your withdrawals of earnings of the earnings. Remember, you can pull out the contributions at any time. For a Roth 401k, it is tax-free as long as you're 59 and a half, and you also have to have that Roth 401k for at least 5 years. In terms of early withdrawal flexibility, the Roth IRA, once again, very flexible because you can pull out the contributions at any time. A Roth 401k, it's not going to be as flexible because penalties and taxes will be applied if the rules are not met. And in terms of a Roth IRA, there are no required minimum distributions during your lifetime. It's different if you pass on your Roth IRA to someone else and it's inherited. And for a Roth 401k, you have to start pulling money out at the age of 73 unless you roll it into a Roth IRA. Required minimum distributions just means that's when you start pulling out the money. Okay, tell me what other questions you have about Roth IRAs versus Roth 401k. I want to make sure that I understood your question correctly. You said, are a Roth 401k and Roth IRA treated the same? So I wanted to just compare them and show you how they're different. But let me know what other questions you have in the chat. Or you can unmute yourself, whatever's easier for you. Okay. All right. Are there any other questions that you have? Like I said, I have a little one who's sick here at home, so I am planning to hop off of office hours sooner so that I can continue to tend to them. So if there are no other questions, then the last thing I will just leave you with is a reminder that I am a money and self-care coach and I work with people one-on-one. And I also work with people in my group coaching program, Wealth para Todos Academy. If you are interested in either one of those, you can always shoot me an email at soledad@wealthparatodos.com. You can send me a DM on Instagram at Wealth para Todos. And I would love to connect with you. Okay? All right. Hasta luego.